In an apocalyptic world, one deaf girl possesses an item and a plan that could save everyone. Will she be able to put it in action despite the treacherous road that she must take? Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today we'll recap and review an American post-apocalyptic horror film, The Quiet Place 2. Let's check it out.
The movie starts on day one. Lee goes to a store and notices the local news about a bombing situation somewhere. He didn't think too much of it and went straight to the ball game nearby. He sees his wife Evelyn gently swinging their youngest son, Bo. When she sees him, she signals her watch, saying that he is late. It turns out it's their son Marcus's ball game, so the whole family is there to watch and support him. Lee sits on the bench and has a small talk with her friend Emmett. He sits next to their eldest and only daughter, Regan, who is deaf, but everyone in the family has learned American Sign Language so they all can communicate with her. They also use it with each other as Evelyn calms Marcus down by telling him to breathe in sign language. Meanwhile, on the bench, Emmett asks Regan how to sign dive, and she answers the motion. Back on the field, Marcus is the one about to play, but he gets distracted by what seems to be an incoming meteor in the sky. With that, everyone decides to go home. Both their sons are with Evelyn, while Regan decides to ride with Lee, whose truck is parked on the street. Once they reach his truck, Lee asks his police friend about the situation, and he learns that there are several fires in the place. Lee is about to walk back to his truck when a terrifying creature jumps at the patrol car. He immediately runs back to his clueless daughter. Lee frantically tries to start his car's engine, while elsewhere Evelyn is trying to drive their sons to safety despite the commotion outside, and comforts Bo. She gets distracted while driving when Marcus points to Lee's truck, making them almost get rammed by another incoming truck. She narrowly escapes it, and Marcus even sustains minor injuries to his head. Meanwhile, Regan sees Evelyn's car and attempts to run to them, but Lee pulls her back to safety because she isn't aware that an unknown creature was almost upon her. They, along with the other scared townspeople, enter a local pub. Besides them is a young couple and an elderly man praying. Lee covers his mouth as they watch the figure of the creature surveying the pub, unsure whether it will attack or not. However, it attacks them when someone's phone rings loudly. Lee immediately grabs Regan to escape the pub while the people there face their demise. They run to the streets where Evelyn, Marcus, and Bo are hiding behind an upturned car. The creature continues to pursue them as their policeman friend gathers his courage to shoot the creature.
The movie continues after the events of The Quiet Place number 1. Bo died because of a toy that made noises while they were on the bridge, and Lee ended up sacrificing himself to save his children's life. Evelyn, who was pregnant, successfully gives birth to a baby boy.
While surviving, they discover that a single shot isn't enough to kill the aliens unless they shoot its exposed head and mouth. They also track their prey using the noises, since they can only sense the surroundings with their hypersensitive hearing. Most importantly, high-frequency audio feedback is their weakness. To do that, Regan needs to use her cochlear implant and connect it to a portable microphone. The whole family then walks out of their hiding place in their bare feet. Evelyn gives the shotgun to Marcus and enters their barn to salvage necessary items such as oxygen tanks and supplies. Regan also leaves Marcus to come back for the portable microphone and maps, which his father used to mark so they can locate other survivors. After that, the family ventures into the unknown, quietly and carefully.
So they reach the abandoned warehouse, and well, this is where things get pretty loud. Evelyn accidentally walks through a tripwire that releases noisy bottles.
They immediately run, since they cannot risk being caught by the aliens. Meanwhile, someone is spying on them through a sniper rifle scope. Marcus's foot also gets caught in a bear trap, making him scream in pain. Evelyn covers his mouth and desperately asks him to stay quiet. She hands the baby to Regan, who puts him inside the box with an oxygen mask so they can cover it when he's crying. Evelyn removes the bear trap, which elicits another scream from Marcus. As expected, the creatures heard it and are now close to them. Regan immediately sets up the portable microphone and her implant to weaken the creature. The moment it opens its mouth, Evelyn shoots it and blows its head off. Regan immediately helps Marcus while Evelyn carries the box. They enter the warehouse, and the man who was spying on them pulls them into hiding and covers Evelyn's mouth as he points to another alien that's after them. He also carries Marcus, and they run to safety. The alien continues to pursue them, but fortunately, the masked man has a good hiding spot underground. He guides the family into a soundproof vault and closes it with a towel placed on the latch so they can still open it from the inside. While they're catching their breath, the man tells them that they cannot stay as they don't have enough supplies to cover everyone. Evelyn wonders why the man is hiding his face from them. It turns out this man is Emmett, their old friend who ashamedly refuses to help. Evelyn calls out his name and shows her son as she desperately pleads for his help. When he sees the baby, he decides to help them, even for just the meantime. He gets a bottle of liquor and hands it to Evelyn so she could sanitize Marcus's wounds. Emmett's alarm went off, so he opened the vault. Since the oxygen inside is limited, he has to set a timer whenever someone enters it so he knows when to open it. Otherwise, the person inside will suffocate to death. Later that night, Marcus' condition stabilizes, so Regan puts headphones over his ears and plays white noise from the radio. Emmett shares that his sons died the day the aliens arrived, and his wife died 11 weeks ago from a serious illness. Evelyn asks how he never went for them despite Lee's attempt to call for help, and Emmett only answers that he cannot risk it as people have drastically changed ever since the alien invasion and turned into humans not worth saving. Their talk is interrupted when Marcus informs them that he can hear a song on the radio. Emmett tells them that the same song, Beyond the Sea, has been playing for almost 4 months. Marcus says that this could mean that there are more survivors out there, but Emmett immediately dismisses the idea. He also adds that he wants them gone tomorrow. Upon hearing that, Regan devises a plan and tells Marcus that she believes that the song is a signal telling them where to look. She also expresses her plan to go to the nearby island where the radio tower is to connect her cochlear implant to the radio and broadcast the same high-frequency noise that the others can use to defeat the aliens. Marcus expresses his disapproval and tells her that Evelyn will never let her go. However, she insists on continuing, even if it means she has to go alone.
This has to happen. Someone must make an impulsive decision in an apocalyptic world. Of course, this is where the fun starts. Am I right?
Marcus plans to tell Evelyn. However, since he's in pain, he wakes up later the next day and Regan has already started her journey. Upon hearing this plan, Evelyn pleads with Emmett to save her. Meanwhile, Regan continues to follow the train tracks.
This girl is too brave for her own good. She also has a shotgun that is way too big for her to be using. She continues her tracks inside a damaged train and quietly walks over the corpses.
When she sees a first aid kit, she reaches for it, but a corpse scared her, causing her to scream. This caught the attention of an alien that's now on the same cable as her. As planned, she uses her weaponized portable microphone to weaken the alien, but fails to shoot it since Evelyn does it for them. Luckily, Emmett is just in time to save her, and together they escape to hide at the train station. Since he can't use sign language, Regan reminds him to enunciate his words, and with that, she successfully understands his message. She tries to explain her plan, but Emmett refuses to hear it out. She tells him that unlike before with his wife, he can now do something to save everyone, which convinces him to help her. Back in the bunker, Evelyn notices the oxygen tank is running low, so she tells Marcus to stay with his brother while she goes out for supplies. Emmett informs Regan about a dock nearby, so they start to talk. Meanwhile, Evelyn passes by where Bo lost his life and grieves over his and Lee's grave. She leaves their wedding ring and continues on her journey. Marcus goes out and places his brother inside the box with the remaining oxygen.
Ah, of course. Like sister, like brother. They really are siblings when it comes to making impulsive decisions.
He tours around the abandoned warehouse while Evelyn is at the pharmacy getting the supplies they need, including 2 oxygen tanks.
Okay, buckle up, guys. This one's gonna take your breath away.
At the harbor, Emmett unwraps a boat's rope when he feels someone walk past him, so he immediately goes on alert. However, he lets down his defenses when he only finds a bloodied girl.
Okay, death flag alert! Why is everyone not seeing these death flags? Come on, guys.
He approaches her gently, and of course, it turns out to be a trap when she nooses his neck to a net full of bottles. Regan is about to save him, but he motions her to stop as a group of bandits start to surround them. Marcus, on the other hand, unexpectedly finds a decaying body, probably Emmett's wife. He gets surprised and knocks things over, causing a ruckus that instantly catches the attention of aliens. He desperately runs to their hiding place and gets his brother to hide inside the vault. However, he makes the fatal mistake of not putting the towel over the latch. While inside, he realizes his mistake as he grows more breathless. breathless. This leaves him no chance but to share the remaining oxygen with his brother. Evelyn returns to their hiding place in one piece, but immediately runs when she hears and sees that the alien is just a door away from her children. She strategically places the oxygen while she shoots to catch the attention of the alien. After it emerges from the hiding place, she shoots the oxygen tank to create the fire. However, it isn't enough to kill it. Back at the harbor, the bandits take Regan's hearing aid. Emmett wants to help, but he can't. Instead, he formulates a plan. When Regan was being taken away, he signs dive to her. Regan understands and dives on his cue. Emmett then subdues one of them by tying him to a post while the aliens arrive to attack the rest of the bandits. As the final touch, he stabs the bandit's knee before diving into the water. He almost drowns since he's tied to bottles weighing him down, but he manages to stay afloat. One alien tries to catch him, but fails and drowns. Evelyn also gets lucky when the explosion activates the sprinklers, which confuse the alien, making it easy for her to walk past. She hurriedly opens the vault and is just in time to wake up Marcus, who is passed out. When the alien locates them, she closes the vault, this time with the towel on the latch. Regan manages to get a boat and saves Emmett, who successfully saves her hearing aid by putting it inside his mouth. The two of them sailed to the nearby island where they saw a community of survivors that kindly took them under their care. The colony leader reveals to Emmett that they've been here since the day the alien invasion happened. The National Guard, upon discovering that the aliens cannot swim, immediately evacuated the people to the islands. However, only 2 out of 12 boats successfully left the dock. Emmett then reveals to him the plan that Regan had in her mind. The next day, Emmett gives the hearing aid back to Regan. He then goes to the coast and discovers that an alien got trapped in the boat they rowed to the island in. He rushes to warn everyone, but the alien is already attacking them.
Well, he can't really help it. He's the only one here, and there's a buffet just waiting for him.
The colony leader honks his car horn to catch the attention of the alien, while Emmett and Regan join him inside as he drives to the radio tower. The two of them successfully enter the station, but the colony leader, sad to say, not so much. Despite the threat to their lives, Regan successfully transmits the high frequency to the station and plays it over the speakers. Back in the hiding place, the alien also discovers the family's hiding spot. However, just in time, Marcus realizes that Regan's plans are taking place, so he plays the radio and walks towards the creature, making it back up. Regan does the same at the radio station. Marcus grabs the gun while Regan has a rod, and both of them attack the alien's exposed heads, instantly killing them. Both adults could only let go of the breath they'd been holding as they watched the future of mankind take its first steps in saving the world.
This sequel to the 2018 hit A Quiet Place will definitely surpass your expectations. This movie is definitely for our horror thriller movie lovers out there who hate suspenseful music and movies that rely on music too much to incite fear in the audience. Just a reminder, you might need to remind yourself to breathe now and then. Please subscribe to our channel to be notified when we upload. And don't forget to suggest movies that you want us to recap in the future in the comments down below.